Hey, English learners! Welcome back to English You Never Learned.
The podcast where we help you speak English confidently, naturally, and effectively in real-life situations. I'm Leo.
And I'm Emma. Today's episode is one that's going to be super helpful whether you're starting a new job, preparing for an interview, or just chatting with a coworker in English.
That's right. We're going to dive into the vocabulary and phrases you need to talk about your job and workplace in English.
Whether you're trying to explain what you do, preparing for a job interview, or just engaging in casual conversation with your colleagues, knowing the right words and expressions will make you sound more confident and professional.
And the best part is that we're not just focusing on formal language. We'll also talk about the more casual conversations that happen in workplaces, so you're prepared for any situation.
So, if you want to sound more confident when talking about your job in English, and if you're ready to master the most important workplace vocabulary, you've come to the right place.
Before we get started, quick favor. If you enjoy this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's learning English and could benefit from these tips.
Absolutely. Now, let's get to it talking about your job in English.
All right, first things first. We need to talk about the basic vocabulary you need to describe your job and workplace.
Yep. When it comes to talking about what you do for a living, there are some key terms you'll want to know. Let's start with the basics.
Job titles. In English, we have different job titles that describe what someone does. Here are a few common ones.
Manager. Someone who oversees a team or department. I'm a manager at a marketing company.
Director. A higher-level position that involves overseeing a specific area of the company. She's the director of sales at the company.
Engineer. Someone who designs, builds, or maintains things like machines, software, or infrastructure. He works as a software engineer at a tech startup.
Developer. Often used for someone who works in programming, especially in software development. I'm a web developer.
Designer. Someone who creates the visual aspects of a product, like a website or graphic design. I'm a graphic designer at an agency.
Salesperson. Someone who sells products or services. I work as a salesperson for an electronics company.
Customer service representative. Someone who assists customers with their problems. I'm a customer service rep for an online retailer.
And there are many more job titles depending on the field. But once you know these basics, you can easily start describing your role.
Now, let's talk about how you can explain your responsibilities at work. In interviews or conversations, it's common to describe what you do on a daily basis.
The key to describing your responsibilities is to use action verbs that show what you do in your job. Here are some important verbs you can use.
Manage. I manage a team of 5 people who handle customer inquiries.
Lead DB. I lead the marketing department to create advertising campaigns.
Coordinate. I coordinate with different departments to ensure projects run smoothly.
Organize. I organize weekly meetings and ensure all tasks are on track.
Handle. I handle customer complaints and work to resolve issues.
Develop. I develop software solutions to improve user experience.
Create. I create content for social media and our website.
These verbs help you describe your role and show the value you bring to your company. They also help to sound more professional and active.
You can also describe your responsibilities with phrases like,
I'm responsible for managing a team of customer service representatives.
My job involves coordinating different teams to ensure timely delivery of projects.
I'm in charge of handling all client communications and ensuring satisfaction.
These phrases allow you to speak more fluently and confidently about your role in the workplace.
Now, Emma, what if someone asks you about your career path? How would you describe how you got to where you are today?
Great question. Talking about your career path can be a little tricky, but you can do it with the right expressions. Here's how.
First, let's start with how you began your career.
You could say something like, I started as a junior developer and then moved to a senior position after 2 years.
Or, I began my career as an intern at XYZ company.
Or maybe you switched careers. I transitioned from a graphic designer to a project manager.
Once you've described how you started, it's time to talk about growth in your career. Use phrases like,
I moved up in the company after I gained more experience in project management.
I advanced in my career by taking on more responsibilities.
I worked my way up to a managerial role after 5 years.
These phrases help show your progress and dedication in your career.
Now, let's talk about workplace culture. When you're talking about your company or office, it's helpful to know the right vocabulary to describe the environment.
For example, you might say,
The office is very collaborative and we have regular team meetings to discuss progress.
or, the company promotes a flexible work schedule, allowing employees to work from home when needed.
Innovative is another great word for describing companies that encourage new ideas. My company is very innovative and always looking for ways to improve processes.
If your workplace has a relaxed atmosphere, you could say, we have a casual dress code and open workspaces.
But if you work somewhere more formal, you might say, the company has a professional atmosphere with strict guidelines on dress code.
And don't forget about teamwork. In many companies, teamwork is essential. You could say,
We value teamwork and often collaborate on projects to achieve the best results.
I work closely with a team of designers and developers to build products.
Being able to describe your workplace culture helps others understand the kind of environment you work in, which is useful both in interviews and casual conversations.
Now, let's talk about job interviews. This is where things get a bit more formal. If you're preparing for an interview, it's important to know the right phrases to describe your skills, experience, and motivations.
In an interview, you'll probably be asked about your strengths and weaknesses, so you should be ready with those answers. For your strengths, you can say,
I'm detail-oriented and always strive for perfection in my work.
I'm very organized and able to manage multiple tasks simultaneously.
And for weaknesses, you can say something like,
I sometimes get too focused on details, but I've been working on improving my ability to see the big picture.
or, I tend to be a perfectionist, but I've been learning to balance quality and efficiency.
It's important to frame your weaknesses in a way that shows you're actively working to improve them.
Another common interview question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
You can answer with something like, In 5 years, I see myself in a leadership role, helping guide a team to achieve company goals.
Or, I hope to advance in my career by taking on more responsibility and contributing to the company's growth.
And don't forget to ask questions during an interview to show your interest. For example,
What's the company culture like?
how do you measure success in this role?
What opportunities for growth are available in this position?
Asking questions shows that you're serious and engaged.
Let's move on to casual workplace conversations. These are the day-to-day chats that happen at work with your colleagues.
You might talk about your plans for the weekend. You can say,
What are your plans for the weekend?
I'm planning to go hiking with some friends. How about you?
Or, if you're talking about a project,
How's the project going? Are we on track?
we're making great progress, but we still have a lot to do before the deadline.
Casual conversations can also be about things like lunch plans.
What's for lunch today? Do you want to grab a coffee?
Sure, I'm in the mood for a sandwich. Let's go.
It's important to know these simple phrases so you can connect with your coworkers and feel like part of the team.
So, let's summarize what we've learned today.
Job titles and responsibilities are the foundation of describing what you do. Learn how to explain your role using the right verbs.
Describing your career path helps others understand your growth, and using expressions like I moved up or I advanced shows how you've progressed.
Workplace culture is an important part of talking about your environment. You need the right words to describe whether it's casual, innovative, or professional.
Job interview vocabulary is all about describing your strengths and weaknesses and also asking the right questions.
And don't forget about casual conversations at work. Knowing how to talk about plans, projects, and even lunch helps you connect with colleagues.
If you start practicing these phrases, you'll feel more confident and comfortable talking about your job and workplace in English.
If this episode helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's preparing for a job interview or looking to improve their work-related English.
And let us know in the comments. What's one phrase you're going to start using in your job-related conversations?
This was English You Never Learned with Emma and Leo.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep making progress in your English career.
Bye.